Okay. All right. Just from the non-storyline point of view, from our perspective, it was good to see us respond after a real tough loss the other night against Philly, and to come in yesterday. I told the guys in the locker room that our performance really was a response from yesterday. Everybody coming in without their heads down and really just trying to find solutions. It's tough to do in this league. Sometimes you can feel sorry for yourself. You get caught up in the result and you stop, working together. But it was a good collaboration 24 hours ago, and thankfully we were able to get a result from it. But it was encouraging to see guys come together.
Erik, you've been around for a bunch of the Wade versus LeBron back in the old days. Did this sort of have that same feeling? A great game they played in Cleveland that one year. I think they both had 40 or so. I mean, what's it like to watch the two of them go against each other after a 4-year hiatus of that?
A couple of the best in this generation. It's spectacular. I wish I could sit back and enjoy it like a fan, because it's just fantastic basketball. But my stomach is in knots, and I'm not able to have that type of perspective. But for however long these two guys play, you get your money's worth.
Erik, is there something fitting about the fact that Lou and Danny were brought in here largely to, I guess Danny not originally, but ultimately they were asked to help fill a role that was vacated. Danny was part of that closing unit and probably gave you something that you really haven't seen much from him at all, and then Lou was fantastic at both ends. Is there something fitting about that today?
Yeah, well, I don't know from the storyline standpoint, but what you like about it is they both contributed in a big-time way, but they're different players. They're different players, and they're different players than LeBron. They can't fill those type of those shoes. Their games are different. But Lou was fantastic with his energy, his endurance, picking up 90 feet. Really committing to that side of the floor, but he got us into relief baskets on the other end, either with his screens, coming off screens, constant energy at the end of the possession, saved us, bailed us out. I can think of 4 or 5 at the top of my head where we got caught to the last 5-6 seconds of the clock, and he was able to generate some offense, which was big. Danny has been very patient with this, and we did not want to fast track it. Right now, it's just about his game conditioning and his game rhythm, but he's healthy and he's stronger than he's been in the last few years. But we didn't want to try to force it early on. It was really more just about getting his body 100% fully right where he felt comfortable, and then now we're just trying to plug him in as much as we can so he can get some better rhythm.
Erik, just how do you reconcile going from losing to the Sixers one night and then coming back and beating LeBron on Christmas?
Well, crazy things happen in this league, but again, it's the response you have the next day. Your natural reaction probably as a team is to come in yesterday with your heads down, and it would have been easier for us to skip the day. I think all of us probably would have rather just hid under a rock. But you got to get to work. This league not only reveals your character, but you also, you develop character in this league. And none of us feel like, and we talked about it yesterday, you are what your record is in this league, but none of us feel like that's what we are. We feel that we have a bigger potential. It's been frustrating for all of us, but the only thing you can do is focus on the work. And yesterday was about as spirited a day as we've had all year. And like I said, thankfully we were able to get a result from it.
And then what went right defensively in the fourth quarter?
A little bit of everything. The defensive pressure, containing the basketball. Norris did a great job. Lou did a great job. They missed some shots. We were able to force them into some pull-up jump shots where they missed. But overall, our disposition and working them, trying to get them uncomfortable. You hope there's a karma to that, but they missed some shots. It's competition.
Erik, how much of a Luol picking LeBron up full court was just your suggestion or his, and then also just the early fouls on LeBron, especially in transition? That part of the game plan, of course.
Well, we tried to extend our defense as much as we could, just to occupy them. Lou did a fantastic job with that. We were going to use multiple players if we needed to, which we really he was able to go the whole way without drawing too many fouls. And transition's a big part of their game.
Are you surprised Lou had that type of endurance? Because, I mean, not that he'd had that type of assignment all year long, but he didn't seem to have any let up from start to finish.
I think Lou's one of those guys, you just give him a task. He really responds to that. He takes pride in completing a task. And at the end of the day, I mean, LeBron's, look, we've seen it on the other end. He just makes incredible plays. So he still had, a big game, and you just try to put as much pressure on him as possible, and you live with the results.
Coach, coming into the game, LeBron mentioned that he had butterflies. Did you guys sense that at all from the start of the game?
I don't read that well. Yeah. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know. I've got enough on my plate. I really do.
That you guys did for him, how special that was for,
Yeah, I didn't see it. Was it during one of the timeouts? Yeah, okay. I mean, I look forward to seeing it one day. It was an incredible run. He was a major part of it. None of us have forgotten his contribution. We'll look back on this. I'll look back on it with an incredible pride and perspective that I coached one of the all-time greats.
With respect to process and what that means around here, can something like this be a springboard, though? And not to skip steps, but can this accelerate the process that you guys are trying to get at?
We hope, but you have to keep on, with our team, it may be 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It might be 2 steps back, and you just have to keep on working it. We have a very diligent, tough-minded group, and if you keep on working it, usually eventually things start to turn in your favor when you have a whole group collectively pushing in the same direction. But we'll see. We have a very tough game on Saturday.